evening, all you minties, and welcome to Omarch on Reelz Talk, where we talk all things that only Omar likes.
Not only there's
That's why my shirt has John
I absolutely hate that shirt. Way to ruin my birthday month with a horrible swipe of John. They didn't even bother swiping John Burns' body. All they did was paste that creepy looking dude on top of John Burns' Wolverine's head.
Awesome.
That's a lawsuit waiting. I'm gonna clip that and send it to John Byrne. He's gonna be like, "Why'd you send me this girl's boobs?" I'm like, "Don't get too excited." You know, she's. Never mind. You know what? I'm gonna be nice. Oh wait, it's my birthday month. I'm gonna make my joke.
You're wearing a John Deere shirt for crying out loud. That's
Kentucky represent, baby. Kentucky represent.
For what reason?
For the reason that it was the first shirt I had that I had to wear next. That's why. Ain't no reason. What's up, Mr. Phil Owens? I know you've seen this movie.
Are we sure?
Maya, have you seen this movie? Yeah.
Have you seen this movie, Maya?
1994,
right?
1994, 95 was Mallrats, 97 was Chasing Amy, Dogma was 99, and I think that's where that ends. But we'll talk about that another time. Actually, there were some other good movies that I love Red State. I think no one talks about Red State. Nothing runs like a deer. That's right. Douglas Adams knows what's up. Douglas McAdams. Not Douglas Adams, the writer of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Maya, go and watch it right now after you watch this episode.
Yeah.
The second gift for Omarch has arrived Monday. Second, dude, that's 2 gifts. He gave me the Demon Slayer, the hot dude.
Man, Mr. Tex, you're gonna make my gift look like not as cool now that he's gonna get on Saturday. Thanks a lot. I'm just kidding. I don't care.
She don't care. It better not be no goddamn Motion City t-shirt with some dude on John Burns.
It might have Melissa McCarthy in it. I don't know,
though. Archer's Quest and this in one day can't be right. Archer's Quest just came out today, which is a combination of Kevin Smith, Brad Meltzer, and Judd Winnig's run on Green Arrow. We've reviewed Kevin Smith's run on Green Arrow on this very channel, Order Your New Reader.
Yeah.
I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago.
It's been a minute, yeah.
A few years later, we did Archer's Quest. We haven't done Judd Winnig's run, which I really like. Jersey representation with this one. That's right.
Yes.
Happy Omarch, everyone. Hello, Amanda and Omar. You've never seen Clerks, Mr. Tex?
Well,
it's definitely a Gen X movie, that's for sure. I'm sure.
Yeah, it is. You're in
it's like every time I rewatch Kevin Smith movies, I wonder how he feels about going back. I know he has made a statement about, you can't make jokes like that anymore. It's really difficult to go back. But I wonder if deep down inside he's like, damn, that was funny, and I wish I could make jokes like that again. Like deep down inside. He wrote them. I mean, I was
watching. So after I watched the movie, I watched a couple of things on YouTube, just interviews with him. And he did one with Justin Horowitz. They actually went back to, this was like 5 years ago. So it's been a minute, but they went back to the spot, right? Because this is all a real place where it was filmed, a real quick stop that Kevin Smith worked at, video,
Oh yeah, I know, dude. I got you. I know.
And he was like, my career was made on the back of this wall, like, because they just sat on the wall the whole time. Like, he's like, I forced my way into a career because of this wall. I was like, it's so true. Like, that one wall that you stood by made you all this money.
Yeah, but we'll talk a little bit about the behind the scenes too. I've seen both of the commentaries on the DVD.
Oh, now I know why it's in black and white, because I also watched that in multiple interviews.
Yeah, it's a really interesting and unique movie that somebody. I mean, to me, I don't know how anybody else felt. I've seen this movie; it's okay, but it needed a giant spider in the third act. Phil Owens knows the Kevin Smith lore. That's right. He was supposed to film Superman with a giant spider. All the producer wanted.
Isn't that
like, you know what? I'm out of it. I can't do it, because the producer was like, he was reading the script and he was like, "Who the fuck is Kal-El?" And Kevin Smith was like,
"Never mind.
I don't think I can do this."
They did the giant spider.
The producer also put the giant spider in the Wild Wild West movie.
Oh, really? The same producer? Yeah. Oh, that Spider Wild Wild West was awful.
I actually really like Clerks 3 and 2. I thought they were great. I thought they were great in their own way. Oh my God, dude. My we had a foreign exchange student stay with us, and him and I sing the Berserker song to each other all the time to this day. And that was
my God.
This Simone come here like 10 years ago first. Man, I gotta rewatch this one. It's been a while. Bonjour, Amanda. Bonjour, Omar. Bonjour, tout le monde.
Le Monde?
Please butcher that one. The Alf cardboard is sitting right here. We're gonna have
Where's
BB.
Melissa? Where's Melissa? She should be behind you at all times. Where's Melissa?
Well, Bruce ain't here, so I don't have to put her up.
No, I'm here. Where's Melissa?
She's over here on the floor where she belongs.
Disgraceful.
I have to say that it's my favorite movie of all time. What? Are you serious?
Whoa,
this is your favorite movie? It definitely is a Generation X movie. Like everything you could throw into a Gen X movie is in here. And I don't know, like I was saying earlier, I don't know how anybody feels about this movie when they were watching it when it came out, but I felt like Kevin Smith was the life that I wanted to lead. A guy that was big into comic books and then made it in this small independent movie, got to work with Stan Lee, got to write comics. like that for me was like, holy crap, that dude is living my life that I want. And it was glorious. Did he say make it Bazooka? Dude, I love that stupid song. Very for its time too. The guy was living in his mom and dad's house when he wrote the script. He was, god damn it.
Yes, Bruce.
I'll get her in a minute. I thought Bruce wasn't gonna be here.
Good job, Bruce. Way to come in.
Did you know that Kevin Smith is the deadliest animal on earth for his size? It's a Generation X movie, so I'm sure. Yes, there are aspects of comics in here. So to make this movie, Kevin Smith sold his comic collection, maxed out his credit cards, and borrowed, I think, about $2,000 or $3,000, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember right, to make this movie. Most of the money went towards the soundtrack. You had to pay an arm and a leg for that soundtrack. A lot of the actors were his family and his friends. That's like, and you can tell, right? Like you can tell they're not professional actors. And not
well, Jason Mewes, he said like never acted before.
Jason Mewes is playing
He's just a funny guy, and I thought he would be good on screen. And he gave him all the lines. Kevin didn't want to memorize lines, so
and it worked because he's so weird and unique. And what the hell?
Like Jeff Anderson, who plays Randall Graves, the delivery of Randall's lines in this are just perfect. Like, oh God, absolutely perfect.
I think Banky's still my favorite character in the whole View Askew universe, but Randall's up there. Randall's such a dude that, like, I don't know. Okay, we'll go back to that in a second. A collection which, according to him, contained multiple first front Killing Joke. You know, we're actually doing the Killing Joke next week on Old Reader, New Reader. Amanda and I, if you want to join us for that at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, yes, his friends played multiple roles, and eventually some of these guys would go on to be in a TV show called The Comic Book Man.
Yeah.
Jason Mewes streams on Twitch. I was at Dragon Con and I bumped into Jason Mewes in the bathroom. Dude, you never know what to say to him because I'm sure he's tired of hearing smoochy boochies and shit like that. Who talks like that? Walt Flanagan and Scott Mosier, who also produced the movie, by the way, played like 5 characters. Yeah, it's that was Snowball, right? Like Snowball was one of his characters. Why do they call him Snowball? Oh my God. Okay, so by the way, this is not my favorite Kevin Smith movie. I actually love Mallrats. It goes Mallrats, then Chasing Amy, then Clerks, and then Dogma for me in the hierarchy. I was hoping Mallrats would win since that's the one that has Stan Lee. That's the one that has one of the greatest characters with Jason Lee playing him. And of course, comics, right? And the whole conversation about Superman and Wonder Woman getting pregnant. Oh man. But anyway, so Clerks won. So we're doing what the people voted for. Amanda,
I also wanted Mallrats, but it's fine because I think
have you seen Mallrats or Clerks? Let me go get what's her face. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go get Melissa. So I have seen Clerks once. I've seen Clerks 2. I've not seen Clerks 3, I think. But I have seen Clerks 2, but I've never seen Mallrats. So I was kind of hoping.
Oh, you've never seen Mallrats?
Mallrats. I put a comment in there hoping someone would catch on, but they didn't in the post. So, it's all good. I'll get to watch Mallrats. I'm sure Omar will have more opportunities to shove Kevin Smith down my throat.
I'm only 47.
I like Kevin Smith. I say that, but like I liked his He-Man. No, yeah, he's the one who did He-Man, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's so bad." But
what did you just say?
He said, "Oh, it was so bad. People didn't like it, right?" But I liked it just fine.
What, Tusk?
No, not Tusk. He-Man. His He-Man. Oh my god, I thought that was Melanie. Really, never mind.
Yo, you said that. I'm gonna text what you just said about my wife. Damn, that is scary, man. What am I gonna do?
All we can see are her boobs. I can't see her face.
Good.
You might have to cut her off at the knees. Like,
I can't. Like, it looks really weird if I bring her down. Like I'm forcing this woman to do something to me. Hold on a second, guys. This is not a real person. Damn you, Bruce. All right. Oh my god.
One just like, okay, that's perfect. Is she gonna be?
No, James, don't clip that. Don't. Never mind. I'm not gonna. You know what? She's gonna be over here. She's gonna be her.
We're gonna get her lower half. That's about it.
Yo, Shonda Suk, you've never seen Clerks? Are you serious?
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
It defined a whole generation. All right, Amanda.
Kevin's. You're right. I don't think so, Phil. I do not want Kevin Smith in my throat.
Am I cramming him in your throat? Y'all cramming Melissa McCarthy down my throat, and I don't want that.
I've been shoving Will Ferrell down your throat a lot longer.
I hate Bruce and everything.
Oh, Melody was there when he opened.
Yes,
that
she was laughing her butt off because she knows how much I hate.
I made sure I was on that live stream because I was like, when I saw that he said, "I don't know what's in these boxes," I said, "Oh, I have to join your live stream."
The elf one is over there. They both can't fit here.
I also need your elf one up too. I don't know where he's disappeared
to. He is in the closet and where he belongs.
I'm gonna get a Fall Boy one and just put it right behind me all the time.
Yeah, but that's more of a sexual thing. That's not a funny thing to do. That's not you being funny. That's just a weird sexual thing, and nobody needs to know any of that. Do you keep Miss Hendricks on your? You know damn well where that woman is right now.
She better not be on your nightstand. Melody's like, why?
Because you never know. All right. Whoa, Clerks. Let's talk about Clerks. I gave you a little bit of behind the scenes.
Yeah. So, Omar gave us a little bit of behind the scenes, talking about how he sold all of his personal belongings. They didn't have a lot of money. So it is filmed in black and white. And apparently all the critics were like, oh, they filmed it in black and white because it looks like security camera footage. And Kevin's like, no, really, it's because they had no money. And when they saw that they were filming with fluorescent lights, they're like, it's going to wash everyone out and make everything all messed up and make this like green hue. But if you film in black and white, you don't have to worry about color. And they're like, oh, we'll film it in black and white. He's like, but then everyone kept saying the security cam footage thing. So I just went with it. And I was like, good job. And that is what happens when
they had to film at night because that was the quick stop or the convenience store where he worked. And they allowed him to film only after hours. That's why he hangs up that big thing. I can assure you we're surely open to make it look like it's dark in there. But that's one of the things. I think El Mariachi was cost a little less than this. If you ever watch El Mariachi, like the special effects in El Mariachi are, let's speed that scene up a little bit. Is that the same reason why Dawn of the Dead was in black and white? I think it is very similar. She's under the desk. Tiger Eyes. No. She's upstairs. It's a little version of her. It's like a Oscar version.
Yeah, but she'd be the perfect size.
Not like this monstrosity behind me.
If she was under the desk, she would be the perfect height.
You know what? I'm not getting canceled this month. Not in March. All right. So the basic premise of this, Amanda, give me the pitch. If you were to tell somebody what
it is the day in the life of a convenience store, two convenience store workers. Well, one works at a video store across the street. I guess they're technically owned by the same person, but Randall and Dante is our main character, and he is 22 years old. He does not look 22. I don't know what 22 looks like in 1994.
Actually, I think he was around that age. He was around.
It was the beard. I don't know. I think that people look younger these days. Anyway,
he had a beard. He had like a goatee.
What that thing that he had? Yeah. So it's a day in his life.
Extra goatee.
And all of the different characters that we meet during the day while he's working at the quick stop groceries. And because he said they filmed it at nights, that meant that the metal shutter gate was always down, right, whenever they were filming. And so in order to play that into the movie, he wrote this big sign saying, "I assure we open." It said like some kid stuck gum into the lock, and that's why they can't open it, which is a great way to work around the fact that they weren't able to open up that gate at night because they were filming at night. The store is technically closed. And you just see him dealing with all these different characters, including his own friend, Randall, who works at the video game store.
Yeah, I love that guy.
And he has a lot of nuggets of wisdom and little fun.
Wait, you've seen Clerks too, right?
Yeah, yes.
So you probably did not like Randall in Clerks 2.
No, I did not like Randall in Clerks 2. I liked
he went off on the trilogy. Do you remember that when the guy comes in, he was a big Lord of the Rings fan. He's like, look, there's only one trilogy, and it's the Star Wars trilogy. Yes. There is no Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's a bunch of hobbits.
So he didn't like Return of the Jedi because it was basically Muppets.
But anyway, go ahead.
No. And so you see them go throughout the day. You meet Dante's girlfriend at the time, Veronica, who apparently, while has only slept with 3 guys, has given head to more than like 37 guys, which Dante, who slept with 12 women, just can't seem to wrap his head around because to his mind, it's the same thing.
Some of my favorite jokes are around that. When like Dante's pissed, he was like, "You sucked 36 dudes' dicks," and she was like, "Yeah, but I didn't sleep with them. Like I really
love them. I didn't sleep with people I love." Like,
and he was like 36. And first of all, when when he just ringing the guy up, and he's like, "My girlfriend sucked 36 dicks," and the guy was like, "At the same time."
Yeah.
That cracked me up. Or in a row. That's what he says, in a row. Yes. And then, when Randall's like, "Look, man, at least I wasn't 36." Like just putting it all out there. I love that. Yeah. Oh man, when she's leaving, he's like, "Make sure not to, or try not to suck any dick on the way out."
Well, he's like, "I can't even kiss you now because I taste other guys' dick." When I kissed you, I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
I mean, okay, here's the thing, right? Like this movie reminds me of being that age, like a real young dude dating for the first time and then having those
second time. This is not his first girlfriend. This is his second girlfriend.
Right.
But having Katie kept cheating on him while they were dating, which he still hung up on her for some reason, even though Veronica, dude, like, you know,
what do they call those dudes now? Base? What do they call them, Amanda? What's the youth call those kind of dudes that are like hung up on women? I don't know.
Cuckolds? No, that's not what they call.
No. Didn't want to. Dude, that for real scared the crap out of me. I forgot she was back. I looked up at my screen. I'm looking at the chat, and I'm
like, "Oh God, so's mine. You're gonna murder me." And it's Melissa McCarthy putting you between her boobs.
So stalker simps. Yes, he's simping. Thank you, Mr. Text. Not gooners, guys. Don't bring up simping. So right,
but also stalkers.
Not maybe stalkers.
Insecure too, Scott. I like this. Let's therapize Dante right now.
Well, because we were all that age, right? That age where we were jealous. Like I remember having conversations when I was really young, like in my late teens, and having that conversation of
justifying bad behavior of others because you have feelings for them. And
no, I was talking about conquests.
Oh God bless.
Because you have that conversation when you start dating, right? It pops up, and like it like when you're really young and you happen to be a dude, you don't want her or him to have more numbers than you, right? Like that's
and
the
in
way.
This way, Kevin Smith is a very progressive man for being like forgiving.
Well, wait till you watch Chasing Amy and you see what and who it's based on. It's really interesting, but
it's just
it's Sips is it. But I think everybody is that age at once where you're insecure, where you have to compare yourself to her past lovers. Are you as good as all the other guys? And I think that's what Dante's dealing with, just not in the most likable way. The Melissa McCarthy. Shut up! Don't say that. You know what? Knowing my damn luck, that's like the wish I get granted. Instead of Christina Hendricks coming to life, it's this thing back here coming to life. Clerks, Chasing Amy, and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back
are belated.
At least in 4K. Bruce, give me some good news about Dogma, though, because he just got the rights back from Dogma from Weinstein, I think, which is why he refused to release it on 4K. Give me some good news, and thank you again, my friend, for the super chat. For its time, it was very progressive, just urban and crass, like you are when you're 19. Like, that's the type of people you were around. Because, I mean, there is a lot of homophobia in here, right? If you look at the dialogue.
There is. Yeah.
You don't see movies like that anymore, right? But these weren't actors, these were people, and that's how he talked. That's how his friends talked.
And I think that's what a lot of people gravitated towards. Like that's why it became a cult classic, and a lot of critics, because the dialogue and everything was so realistic. It was of the time. What kids, teenage, young adults, though that of that time, that's how they were speaking. That's what the conversations were that they were having, and you didn't see that in a lot of. I mean, you had like. Clueless, and I guess that was a
but you had okay, Clueless. Do no one I know could have
that lifestyle
like that. Yeah, you did not relate to any of those characters. Those characters were rich and living out in Hollywood.
You wanted to be them.
More of the dudes that were working second shift. You know what I'm saying? Like this, what he spoke to a whole generation of just people that lived like him
in normal towns with maybe never had a chance to get out, or I mean, and that's Dante's big thing, right? Veronica is a great girlfriend trying to push him to be more, go back to college, do all these things, and he seems like he's content working in the convenience store. But as we start to go on, and I think the big catalyst is his boss calls and says he's vacationing in Vermont, he's not coming back, you have to run the store, which pisses him off because he has a hockey game that he has to do. So,
are you?
Yes,
she plays God in Dogma.
That's
an amazing job. Like Alanis Morissette killed it in Dogma. So, I love.
It's hard to believe that she was once married to Ryan Reynolds. It's hard to believe that was a thing.
I agree.
Yeah, that's weird.
We're both. No, Ryan Reynolds was never in You Can't Do That in Television. She was. He was in 15. Hockey. I mean, who didn't do this kind of stuff? I remember working at fast food places, and we would close the shop early to do like frisbee tournaments with the top of the sour cream lids outside, just having fun with your friends, right? Not taking life too seriously.
You think they do that anymore? Kids these days?
I'll tell you what, this is what most kids are doing nowadays.
No, yeah, exactly.
I'm serious. Yeah. I mean, because at least around here, I don't know what it's like anywhere else. Like when I pull up, that's what most kids are doing when they're taking my order and stuff. It's really interesting how times have changed. I bet. I mean, there are probably kids that still do goofy stuff. Yeah, I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
I appreciate the language dialogue in Clerks, just as I do in Ex Machina, for example. Contemporary mindset factored in. It's still an immersed slice of period true society that can't be reproduced and is made more interesting as a result. I will say this, Kel, what I find really interesting, and I don't know if anybody else does, is I wonder when the movies come out in 4K, since Kevin Smith has the rights to change what he wants to, if that dialogue might be changed or altered a little bit. I remember the one time this bitch keeps freaking me out because I keep forgetting that she's back there. I remember when I was watching License to Drive on DVD 15 years ago, they changed one of the words because I had that movie memorized as a kid. And I was like, wait a second, that's not the line. And that's a PG-13 movie.
Yes.
When it was released on DVD, they changed one of the words. It was changed to something else, like "Watch where you're going, you jerk," or something like that. The original line was a derogatory term, right, for people with mental disabilities.
I know there's other films in the Criterion Collection they did change too.
And because it really depends. It's up to the creator if they're okay changing it. So I wonder, because of how he is nowadays, like if he's like, yeah, we need to take that part out. Muse is a little too much here. There's no reason why he should be calling him that. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know. Mike, the announcements are coming back, I think, next week. Well, we're starting off with the Epic collections tomorrow, Curtis and I at 12:30, and then next week should be the Omnis again. Dude, thank you so much, Philip. Happy birthday month. The language isn't clean, but the messages are progressive.
Yeah.
It's pro LBGT, pro women, pro diversity. Just the language doesn't age well. And I remember people gave him a lot of crap for the language. And I thought, back when I remember watching this, I thought it was progressive. I thought that's what people hated about Kevin Smith. And also love the Jaws. Yes, with the salsa.
Yes.
And he does it again, I think, in Clerks 3, doesn't he? The shot-for-shot match, or the scars from Jaws and Chasing Amy. Respect Jaws. Hold on a second. Oh, good point. Disney Plus did it for a couple films. Yes, you can't go on Disney Plus and watch the original Adventures in Babysitting, which is really weird because you can go to Disney Plus and watch Deadpool and Wolverine.
And there's tons of really.
I'm really confused by that.
Which I wonder if that will age like as we get older. Yeah.
Well, I feel old all of a sudden as a kid of Generation X parents. Clerks is a defining movie of that generation from my perspective.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of assumptions here, but that sense of humor and overall ethos seems very fitting for your dad and I would be drinking buddies because that's the way it was, man. That's the way it was with friends. We were ridiculous, doing stupid stuff, talking stupid crap. Like, I think that's why a lot of dudes my age probably looked up to people like Jason Mewes or characters like Randall. Like they embodied us, right? Like the geek, the nerds, and yet try to be suave and like it's all
the reason why the Clerks posters that were being like all the movie posters being sold on our college campus. Clerks was always one dudes always had up in their dorm rooms was a Clerks poster.
Oh yeah, right. It's an indie film.
And Scarface.
Every dude likes Scarface. I never liked Scarface. I never understood the love of Scarface. I like Scent of a Woman more, which has nothing to do with that, but both of them have Al Pacino. Yeah, Chasing Amy was an interesting movie too. I know. I can't wait to talk about those.
I think all of them would have been interesting.
Avengers run that can actually enjoy. New Avengers. I think New Avengers is a fun book for a lot of people that are new to the characters. Absolutely. I just personally don't like it because I'm not a fan of his writing style. But do not let that take away from the love that everybody has shown New Avengers and Bendis. When developing Clerks cartoons, I love the Clerks cartoons. Only 6 episodes, unfortunately. Yeah. Kevin Smith wasn't authorized to use curse words by the network. The cartoon didn't take.
Bet if they could on streaming now, it'd be a different story.
Speaking of Kevin Smith and trying it back into comics, was his run on Green Arrow any good? It was solid.
It was,
solid. It was so good.
Read it. Yeah, we did it on Old Reader, New Reader.
5 years ago. All right, back to Clerks. Randall, Dante, best of friends, giving each other crap. More Randall than Dante.
Yeah.
You have characters that are... I love the little twist with the guy that brings the lung. He's like, "You're smoking, you're buying cigarettes."
I know.
He puts the lung on the table and he's like, "This is what your lung looks like." And it turns out that he works for the gum company.
That was at first I was like, "Who is this dude? Why is he not leaving?" Then I realized he must work for the gum company. And Veronica's like sprays them all with the fire extinguisher to get him out of the.
Yeah, she was a cool character.
She was a really cool character. I feel for her. But you have Dante dealing with this revelation that his girlfriend of 6 months sucked a lot of time.
She explains what a snowball is. That was the first time I ever heard of a snowball.
I thought that was something else too. Or was it when they oh no, it's a guy's asshole. It's a different thing. Never mind.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What's
that? AMA. But then so he has to stay, right? And work the shop all, until it closes. So he closes the shop once to play hockey with his friends. And then that one dude who's trying to get in the shop joins them to beat the crap out of him basically at hockey so that they open up the shop. And then he finds out that a girl that one of his 12 passed away. And that,
if you watch the View Askew universe, is the girl that passed away in Mallrats.
Oh my god!
And why? What's her name? The main character in Mallrats could not go with JT was that his name? On vacation because she had to fill in for that girl that passed away. And there's a reason why she passed away, and you find out in Mallrats why she passed away doing laps on. Oh man, this whole universe is connected is wonderful.
I know, yes, and so they close the shop.
Yes, thank you. Really quick, this is a really good point. Good evening, Omar and Amanda. Because of this movie, Kevin Smith got to make Mallrats and cast Stan Lee in that. Kevin Smith helped me get back into comics with his Daredevil for Reelz. You know how I saw a post by Kevin Smith right after Stan Lee died, and he shared the making of Captain Marvel when Stan Lee is reading the script of Mallrats, and he's trying to get but he had to do a voiceover because he was sick. And Kevin Smith started crying. He was like, this is such a beautiful moment because it brings it full circle. He's the reason why I got into all of this. And for him to put the Mallrats script into the movie and him, it's so meta and coming together. And I thought it was beautiful too.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. Speaking of Stan Lee, have you seen that new documentary on him? I saw the trailer. I don't know how I don't know what to think about that yet because I heard it's made by his handler, who apparently had accusations about him abusing Stan Lee.
Yeah.
So I don't know about him making money off of footage that he was filming while maybe he was abusing Stan Lee. So I don't know. I don't know how what to think of it yet. Also, the credits to Mallrats are done by famous. Yes, that's right. Joe Quesada. That's when they became really good friends, and why Kevin Smith was approached by Joe Quesada and Jimmy Palmiotti to do Daredevil. Man, it's just wonderful how connected everything is. Kevin Smith is a dude that I would love to interview. Like, I would love. Actually, I wouldn't even
have a beer with him. Yeah, I mean, he did. I think Variety. They always have famous directors or actors. They have a segment where when they're promoting something, they'll go back and they'll talk about each one of their films. And I was watching the one that Kevin Smith did, and it's interesting the way he talks about each one of his films, Chasing Amy and Clerks and Dogma. And it's just, man, you don't realize how integral he is into our pop culture, but he truly is. Like, I don't know what pop culture would look like without Kevin Smith.
Yeah. And if you think about it, like the way the dialogue is written, like these are conversations we were having, right? Like watching like the whole conversation with the Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, he was like, "What about the contractors, man?" And the guy was like, "I'm a contractor, and let me tell you about my friend who owned his own business. He went to this guy's house. He was in the mafia, and he refused to take the job. You know what happened a week later? The guy's house got shot up because he knew what he was going to get in bed with." Like we had conversations like that, and that's what made this so good, man. Like.
Because have we not done those hypotheticals before?
Granted, because of the acting, it does feel like it's scripted, and that is the one downfall of this movie. That every line, especially sometimes the delivery, feels really scripted, but it's just good, solid script that worked.
It is. I thought that I'll tell you the craziest one though has to be so we talked about Veronica. We also talked about he's hung up on his ex-girlfriend Caitlin, who cheated on him multiple times, and we find out that she's getting married. She went off to college, and she's getting married to an Asian.
Past tense. Sing,
and he finds out that she's getting married, and she actually ends up coming back to stop. Like her mom did all this without her knowing. She never actually said yes. She didn't want to get married, and then she kind of plays Dante like she's going to get back with him. And
he's ready to leave Veronica.
That is like
it tells Randall.
So when he gets what's coming to him, which I believe is, but so does Caitlin because Caitlin gets the biggest surprise of her life. So a little bit earlier in the film, there's an older gentleman who needs to use the restroom.
You got those big titty magazines.
He wants the articles. He wants a porn magazine to take with him.
That is such an old man thing to do because when you get to be a certain age, you just don't care. You're like, you got the soft toilet paper? My hemorrhoids can't take it. And he was like,
so he goes to the bathroom. You forget about this dude.
Got those nudie magazines. I like the one with the big titties. And he was like, no, that one's got bigger titties.
Yeah, and he takes the one with the big titties, and we forget about this dude. And then all this other stuff happens. Like they leave the store.
They try to go to the funeral.
They get kicked out because
they play hockey
Randall knocked over the casket for some reason.
Pretty much me. Not soon, you son of a bitch. I'm only 46.
And then they get back. Caitlin shows up. Her and Dante have this conversation, and she's comes back like after she talks to her mom about we're not getting engaged so that she can go out with Dante. And then Randall's watching the shop because Dante went out. She goes in the back room, and then Dante shows up, and then she comes out of the back room after an hour and was like acting like her and Dante just had sex in the dark, like back room where there's no lights. And she's like, you didn't talk, you didn't move.
How'd you get here so fast? And Dante's like, what are you talking about? She was like, you took advantage of me. And Randall was like, you dog, you. Oh, man, that was so good. And he was like,
I was like, no. I thought maybe like...
The rumor for Dogma 4K is set for release in October. Yes. Nice. Thank you, Bruce.
Honestly, at first I thought maybe it was like, I was like, who did she have sex with back there?
Oh, you forget about the old guy. The only thing I hate about Kevin
like,
Smith after Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back is it felt like he was, I'm done with you nerds. Then he needed the cash. Silent Bob is back. I have heard several interviews with him, and I've actually seen him do his one night with Kevin Smith a couple of times back in my 20s. What he says is very true. He said that he didn't make movies like that anymore because he doesn't know how to write those characters. When he wrote the script to Chasing Amy, Mallrats, and Clerks, he was living with his mom and dad. He was surrounded by that culture. He was around those people. Then he moved to Hollywood. And he was like, I don't know what these people, I have no idea what that life is like anymore. So he had to write, like, there was a script for Mallrats 2, which hopefully one day it'll still get made. There was a script for Clerks 2, and then it finally got made as a gift to, I think it was it Jason Mewes? He gifted him this because he stayed clean.
I think so.
And then Clerks 3 was a gift to, I think, either Randall or Dante. I can't remember. Yeah, but so it's hard to write about your life when you're not living like that anymore, right?
Yeah, I don't want to make a comparison to Fall Out Boy, but I am going to do that really quick.
All right, goddamn it, it's Omar. We can listen to that shit. I was going to make a comparison to actually Quentin Tarantino, who also said that he, like Kevin Smith, loves being entertained just as much as he likes making movies, but he likes being entertained a little bit more. Dude, what is going? Yes, China. The skinny dicks on your window. How are you, Bert? I haven't seen you for a minute, my friend.
Anyway,
he did.
I was going to say is there was an interview that they did with their most recent record, and people were asking Pete if they were going to do a throwback record for Take.
Are we still talking about those people?
The problem with it is when guys with swimming pools make a throwback record, it sounds like guys with swimming pools making a throwback record because they don't live that life. They are not those hungry 20-somethings who are dealing with emotional, relationship issues that they did when they were, in their 20s writing Take This to Your Grave. So yes, I understand Kevin Smith's viewpoint. He doesn't live that lifestyle anymore. He can't speak to it authentically. So why would he do that?
Thank God that you had to learn from Fall Out Boy.
To learn from Fall Out Boy.
What the actual hell? Okay. Shut up, James.
Yeah, so basically we find out that Caitlin actually had sex with the old dude who died in the bathroom.
Dead old dude.
The old dude, but he still had a hard on. Well, I don't know. He still had an erection.
Oh, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like if you ever had anybody that worked in, I've had, I worked in the hospitals, and sometimes that happens. Like the blood just rushes and it stays like that. And
let's tell like people like things just like happen.
Well, yeah, you can't things happen that are outside of your control.
And so she goes to a catatonic, like she's just shocked because she just realized that she just had. And she's talking about how great it was, and I'm like, you literally just had sex with a dead body.
So she's traumatized, and she gets sent away. Dude, I love when Derek. What is the guy's name? The jerk that was making fun of Dante. He was like,
"Oh,
you grunted when you picked that up."
The guy who was like, "Oh God, what's his name?"
He's another one of
the bodybuilder or the guy who's like trying to get him to like go to the gym. He's like, you're not in shape.
That's another one of his friends. I think that guy was originally supposed to be Randall. Like it went, Kevin Smith was supposed to be Randall. What is it?
Ernest O'Donnell is the name of the guy who played the trainer. Rick Darris was his name.
Rick Darris, right? Yeah, Rick Darris is talking like just nonchalantly like, Caitlin Bree. man, don't take this the wrong way, but I used to fuck her. Like, just like that.
Yeah, I know. And he's like, while you guys were dating, and he's like, what? But and then also poor Dante, because he lets Randall watch the store for a little bit, and Randall lets his 4-year-old girl buy cigarettes. and then Dante gets fined for it later on. Oh man, there's so many good things that happen in this film that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Ernie runs the Kevin
cool.
Smith movie. That's where he showcases a lot of the movies, right? I love that people are just coming in here with Berserker.
Yeah.
It's not Reelz Talk without Fallout Boy mentioning Fallout Boy and Cat.
And a cat didn't. We haven't had a cat. There we go.
There we go. Thank you, Maya. That will stay up there forever. Every time Amanda mentions Fallout Boy, I'm just going to keep that up there. Cat Denny's is going to be watching our stream one day going, I don't remember that video being in that video. So yeah, Dante has this whole like, whoa, what am I gonna do? The girl that I'm leaving my girlfriend for is having a mental breakdown because she slept with a dead old guy. And
this is where like you finally start to see like Randall and Dante live too. Like Randall is fine with his station in life. He does not care. But I think Dante does. And this is where he has his mental breakdown. And Randall's like, you keep complaining, but dude, just quit. Just do it. Like, just quit. If you don't like this and you want to do something else, just quit. And you give up this girl that hasn't cheated on you, is trying to make you better. It waits on you, like it does all these things for you. For the woman who did cheat on you, like Randall is the only one talking sense, which is insane because he's still the same guy who called up to make orders of new videos in front of that mother and daughter and had the cum guzzling like whatever the different adult films were. For all of his
Come on Eileen
was a great one. I was like, that's fantastic. Again, this is like some of the humor. I was like, I miss this type of humor, like the play on words. I miss this stuff.
Clerks soundtrack is good. He had to pay an arm and a leg. Now by the time he got to Mallrats, he had a little bit more money and a little bit more of the production company could back him up some. Most of his soundtracks are pretty good as sneaky hits that no one remembers. Oh yeah, dude, I agree with that. Like Chasing Amy's soundtrack is beautiful. I love it. Even the song that what's her name sings. Oh, I cannot remember the actress that dated Kevin Smith. She looks like Renee Zellweger, and I always had both of them confused when they were being different movies. Like she was in Big Daddy.
I don't know.
She was in a TV show with Joey from Friends called Top of the Heap. I cannot remember her name. Joey Lauren Adams. Thank you. Thank you.
Here.
What the fudge? Omar, did you hear about Warner Brother DVDs from 2006, 2008 not playing anymore? I tested out my Briscoe County Junior set because it's from that time. And yeah, it's a nice poster set. What do you mean it's not playing? Like, what happened?
Is it really?
Well, I heard that something was going on with DVDs, but I didn't know it was from that area. Don't they sleep together in Clerks 3? That would be Veronica. And that's a spoiler.
In case you want to be spoiled by like a 20.
But he's still hung up on Caitlin.
Yeah, for whatever reason. I mean, but in your 20s that happens. He's like, you know.
I think there's so many good lines in this movie. But one of the best ones is delivered by Silent Bob. So Silent Bob's a character, of course, that didn't have any dialogue. And I'm sure that was more of a movie for Kevin Smith. It was probably more like to do with him directing and focusing on directing and less on like acting and delivering lines, probably. But I mean, he really does have the best line in this. One of the best lines, right? This and the Chasing Amy line. Oh, it's beautiful. But he's like, he tells Dante after Jay is like, yo, you get off work at the same time we do, man. Maybe we should go and party. And again, at that age, it's all about, getting your kicks, getting laid. And I mean, that's what he invites him to do. And Dante's all hung up on Caitlin. And he's like, he hears from Silent Bob. Silent Bob's like, there's a million fine looking women in the world, dude. But they don't all bring you lasagna at work.
Yep.
Most of them just cheat on you. And damn, that's when Dante was like,
I love Veronica.
I love her.
But it's too late because Veronica's over at the video store hearing all about how Dante is going to leave her for Caitlin from Randall, which then leads to her officially leaving Dante, giving him like the FU. And then Dante and Randall getting in a fight, hitting themselves with bread, which I was watching a interview with Kevin Smith, and he said, like, because he was working during the day and then filming at night, he was so tired. Like, he was pretty much always awake. Mm-hmm. He said he fell asleep while directing that scene, and they just let him sleep because they're like, they're just fighting with bread. We don't need Kevin for this. Let him sleep. Like, and he just like, he didn't know like how it went until he actually watched the playback afterwards because he had fallen asleep, which I think is just a testament to him and, you know, his dedication to making the film, but also hilarious. But yeah, that was a great fight scene between the two of them at the end.
She was in Days. Yes, she was in Dazed and Confused. Yes. They apparently have some kind of manufacturing problem as have laser. That's what I've heard it called.
Okay.
Damn, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't yet, Josh, talk about Jay and Silent Bob Meet Archie. That's a Jay line right here. Ever had a fat guy in an overcoat eat your ass? Yeah. You know what's funny about that is Jason Mewes actually had to audition for the role of Jay in, I think it was in Mallrats when it was widely distributed, and they were thinking because the production company wanted Seth Green. They were like, "Hey, we need a big name. We need like somebody like Seth Green to play this character."
Wild.
And Kevin Smith, dude, you got out, and he's like, "I got an audition to play myself. What the fuck?" Like he lost it. Yeah. So this movie kind of wraps up, you know, with both of the friends at the end giving each other crap. The whole salsa shark and.
Yeah.
The original screening of the movie, which you can still find in the DVD and Blu-ray and also on YouTube, is dark. Somebody comes in and robs the convenience store and shoots Dante and he dies. That's how it ends. And the test, like the test screenings were so bad that he changed it.
That is... Yeah, I like the other ending better where they're like,
well, yeah, right, it ends on a happier note.
Right? And he throws the sign. He's like, "You're closed. Go home. Like, this is done. You're done for the day."
Not even supposed to be here today. Yeah, it was Mallrats. They flew out Seth Green just in case Jay messed up. It's crazy. It was Mallrats, then Dogma. Now, Dogma had him scared because that's a little bit of a different story. Dogma had him scared because at that point, you know, it was like they had gotten big, right? So he wouldn't just be acting around friends. And he still considered like people like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon friends. But he was like, oh, shit, dude, I can't mess this up, right? Like, I'm going to be acting with, what's his name? Oh, Jesus, Amanda. Die Hard, Love Actually.
Bruce Willis. Yeah, they're going to,
No, not Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis was not in Love Actually. What the hell am I asking you?
You know about Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis hates Kevin Smith, by the way. Kevin Smith has been very, very vocal about that. Yes, Alan Rickman. So he was worried about acting around Alan Rickman.
I would be too. I think the kids from Harry Potter were worried about Alan.
That's you know, like he's done all these big roles. I gotta freak out. Like, George Carlin.
George Carlin. I would also be scared to like.
But he was worried, so he like learned the entire script and was ready and killed Luis Guzman.
Alanis Morissette. That's who he was really afraid of.
I don't know. I don't know what my favorite line out of this movie is. I have so many. There are so many good lines in this movie. I love the Berserker song. Did he just say make a funk? That's so 37 in like, you know, the whole speech about like the empire and the contractors.
There's a lot of memorable moments in this.
The lady was looking at for this happy scrappy pup, and he's like, hold on, I'm on the phone with this distribution house right now. He starts Men Alone 2, the KY connection. Come on, Eileen, put it where it doesn't belong.
It's so, yes.
And then he was like, what was that movie called again? But the best thing about this movie is, okay, so I love Randall because Randall, while he is a cynical bastard and he is like laid back, he kind of reminds Dante of who he is, right? Like, let's go and have fun. And, just learn to unwind a little bit, dude. And it makes him realize how important someone like Caitlin is in his life. And the best part about it is when they're both sitting down and, Dante's just having a meltdown, this day sucks. And, he was telling Randall it's his fault that they went to the funeral. And he's like, I'm not even supposed to be here today. And then Randall just snaps and makes him realize, dude, quit blaming other people. Like, you made these decisions yourself. Yep. You got to fucking own up to your mistakes and your decisions. And that's what I love about the character like Randall. He does the same thing in Clerks 2. Sort of does it in Clerks 3. But in this movie, he just kind of puts it all out there.
No, he does. You don't think that a character like him?
Yes, before we go any further, I did thank you all for bringing attention to that. Yes, DC's new catalog is out. I don't make announcements for DC until the entire catalog is out because I learned 6 years ago if I ever make videos breaking news, DC's coming out with Man of Steel Omnibus. Guess what happened? Man of Steel Omnibus got canceled, and to this day, 6 years later, we still ain't got no damn Man of Steel Omnibus, and people went off on me. Like, I'm the one that pulled it from. So I don't do.
Yeah, you're like, I didn't do this
unless they tell me to do it, or unless the catalog is completely out. But yes, I did see Superman Triangle Years 2 and the books that you all voted for. You're welcome, DC. Anyway, what did you not like about this movie?
What didn't I like about the movie? I don't know. At first, I wasn't quite sure where the plot was, like, if there was even a plot to it. Because there was a lot of back and forth with, you get cutaways with like Jay and Silent Bob, like what was their purpose in the film, and now you realize all these characters. By the end of it, you realize their purpose. At first, I wasn't sure, but then I was like, oh, now I get it. I see what this film is, and I see it for what it's supposed to be telling us, and I appreciate that. I don't know. I really like the film a lot. I mean, I guess maybe some of the, acting, but they're normal people. So it's like, I feel bad digging on them, but yes, maybe some of the acting like that. When Caitlin walked out and was like all up on Dante, that was a little, like the whole delivery of that. I feel like a more well-trained actress probably would have delivered that better, I think.
I don't think there was a single actor in this movie.
I feel like maybe that would be the only thing.
Clerks 3 is actually dedicated to Lisa Spoonauer, I think is her name. Away? Yeah, she passed away, and it's dedicated to our Caitlin Bree, like Lisa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There wasn't a single actor in this, which is why he was able to shoot it so cheap. Like I said, most of that money that he borrowed was all used for the soundtrack, really. Yes, the Room tour comes out on this Sunday. And yes, Matt, it's getting reprinted.
When you rewatch it, was there anything you thought about you didn't like?
I think, honestly, the sound is still, there are parts that you can tell that were, because it's funny, when you edit your own videos, it sounds a little muffled, and you think they probably should have used some kind of filter to kind of clean up the sound. But you think about that because I edit my own video.
Yeah, you now know, yeah.
So now you know what to look for when it comes to sounds and stuff like that. No, I'm serious. Outside of the scripted dialogue that sounds like they're reading scripts, it was good. I don't see a single problem with this. Is the movie of, I know people say this all the time, but this is the movie of my generation, and it does feel like, it's a Gen X movie, but it doesn't mean that it belongs to us. It belongs to anybody that can identify with it and that loves it.
Oh yeah.
Just like I love a lot of Westerns from like the 40s and 50s and 70s. I wasn't around at that time. It's definitely way before my generation, but I love them. And I think anybody that finds joy and a beauty in movies like this, it belongs to you too. I'm not going to gatekeep people from like enjoying the things that I enjoyed. Yeah, I don't have a problem with this movie. This is a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I think.
Yeah, I can see why this film led to Kevin Smith being able to make other films, because It was a fresh voice, particularly at that time when you think about everything else that was coming out in 1994. And prior to that, it was definitely fresh and something that we needed. And it led to a lot of movies like it and a lot of, scripts and plots that kind of mirrored the same kind of vibe and things like that. So yeah, 9 out of 10. I liked Clerks a lot.
Oh, I'm so glad you liked it. Yeah, it's vulgar as hell. Like I said, it's got issues.
Yeah, but I'm good with that.
Like I think of when I say it's got issues, I think of like, although my daughter and her friends really like a lot of 80s horror, which have a lot of like homophobic jokes. Like they kind of get past that. They know that they are products of their time, and I think is that the way we're swinging back with society, realizing that these are products of their time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%, yeah.
And if you've seen Clerks, what would you give it? 9 out of 10 for both of us. Gen X, I thought he was silent generation. What's silent generation? Is that a thing? I don't know that one.
I thought
is that the Pepsi generation? You remember the Pepsi generation?
I thought that was also Gen X. I thought the silent generation were like the people before what are the Great War what do they call not the baby boomers, the people who came from like World War II. What were they called? The Great
Depression generation? I'm not sure.
No, they're like that because they're like
I don't know anything before baby boomers, Amanda. So you got me.
The greatest generation. The people who
fought. Greatest generation.
Yes, that's what they call it. The silent generation is the 1928 to 1945.
Because we went through this Great Depression during that time?
Yes. The people born, like they're the people born during that time. And I guess they're the ones who would have probably been in their, like during the 60s and stuff, would have been in their,
The greatest generation sounds so pompous, but I love it.
Well, they are the ones who fought World War II, so I guess
we should have taken that one. Oh, they've earned it.
They did earn it. And then baby boomers are our parents, and then Gen X is you, and then millennials.
Yeah, you ain't that damn far, you old ass millennial.
No, I know. Sometimes I feel like I'm more Gen X than a millennial, because millennials go so like people who were born like from 1991 to 1996 to me feel completely different than like their college experience was very different from my their music tastes were going through way different stuff than I was. Like by that point, they weren't even like TRL wasn't even barely a thing. Like it's still
TRL generation. 9 out of 10.
I call myself
greatest generation born between World War I and World War II. Greatest gen was World War I, silent gen 2, then baby boomers, then Omar. Learning so much about things I really care about. Like
they keep you there.
I joke about it with my kids about being. Well, I don't even know what my kids are. I think they're Gen Z or maybe Gen Alpha. No, Gen Z. They're Gen Z. Yeah,
my kids.
I joke about it with them and millennials. How millennials have taken away our DVDs and Blu-rays, but they brought back vinyl.
Yep.
Women working in factories. We're older millennials.
Elder. I like to be called an elder statesman. I'm an elder millennial.
Elder statesman? What the hell? What's 2001?
That would be
millennial or Gen Z?
Gen Z, 97, 2010, according to this generative AI.
Announce crap. That's in the catalog. I'm gonna talk to that boy about announcing crap in the middle of my show. Amanda, you're a millennial with Fallout Boys. Are they millennials? I thought them dudes were Gen X.
It depends. No,
Space Odyssey.
What's his name? Pete and Andy are Gen X, but Joe and Patrick are millennials because they're 84 babies. So
I'm from Twinkle's generation.
Twinkle's generation.
I thought you said Twinkies at first. Triangle years, yes, which means
what is the Twinkies generation? Is that the 1990s? Were you born in
that? Yes, Triangle Years 2 dips heavily with Death and Return. God, I can't believe I'm talking. This is why I don't do things until the catalog is out. It dips heavily with the Death and Return, meaning that DC is following in Marvel's footsteps with Event Omnis. Fallout Boy is a millennial band for sure. Absolutely, I agree.
They are a millennial band, but
they were born in the Gen X, which is what she means by that, I think.
Yeah.
What's Okay. Let's see what else we got. Omar's from Transformers generation. But there's always a Transformer for every generation. Amanda had her Beast Wars. We had our G1. My kids had Prime. Yeah, Twinkies. I'm not drunk. Just a chewed up phone. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna cancel all Superman. That's what happened, man. I announced Man of Steel. I was so happy, and then effing DC canceled it, and people went off on me. And I'm like, you know what? I am never announcing shit for DC until they tell me.
Well, yeah, I mean, until you
I'm the one that gets to make the calls. That was 6 years ago. 7 years ago now. I'm from the Gundam generation. That's Gen X, man. That's when Gundam started. Yes, a band a lot of millennials like.
No, it's been valid.
Well, I don't know about a lot, but really, like
a lot of Gen Zs like them too.
I don't know. Okay, a lot is guys. No,
that's not true. I see the fan base. I'm there in it. I see these. I'm like, you guys are like 16 years old talking about how hot these 40-year-old men are. This is weird.
Okay, creepy.
Yeah, creepy. I know.
But then again, when I was 16, I always found older women attractive too.
I thought Pierce Brosnan was attractive when I was 10, so I guess there's
Peter Fonda?
No, Pierce Brosnan.
I thought you said Peter Fonda. Okay.
When he did Dante's Peak, I had such a thing for.
Okay, nobody might know goddamn Dante's Peak and thought, man, Peter
whatever. Without Dante's Peak,
about James Bond, Amanda.
Well, he was in Dante's Peak before James Bond.
Nobody watched that damn movie.
Yes, they did. Had Linda Hamilton in it. How can you say they didn't watch that movie?
That Linda Hamilton was not pulling tickets. I just want all Batman. Batman, Mariko Tamaki's coming out. That was the one.
When the old woman gets burnt, her whole skin, like that was terrifying.
Dude, you're spoiling it. FOB has like what, 10 fans? Oh yeah, and you put them all together, it becomes like a murder of crows, man. I had a thing for Linda Carter when I was 10. Still Wonder Woman fan today. Oh, she's gorgeous. I was 9 and Linda Carter attract. Oh yeah, I agree. Like when you're 16, all the women in movies are older than you. Not Punky Brewster. Dante's Peak.
Okay, there we go. Well, that's when I discovered him. Not like that's when I discovered that he was attractive.
I don't want to. Here's the thing. I don't correct Amanda anymore. It just it'll become a nonstop thing.
Okay.
Yes, the internet. I love you all.
Okay, well, 97, I was more hyper aware.
We just reviewed Clerks.
Yeah, we did.
Our job is done. I've got Melissa McCarthy back here. She's staying down here. Next time you see her, she might have a couple bullet holes in her.
You don't even own a gun.
I'm from Kentucky. Of course I do. What else have we got to talk about? What else do y'all want to talk about? These DC omnis.
Let's see. What else we have to talk about? Let's see. Arjun said thanks for not talking about Daredevil episode 3 because he hasn't watched it yet. But I will tell you what, that ending.
She's a big fan of BB.
No, I'm not. I don't know how I feel about BB yet, but
Amanda loves her some BB.
Fine. I just don't feel like. So here's the thing. I don't think we need BB's report to tell me what New Yorkers think are problems racially in New York City. I think the case alone against White Tiger is enough. I don't think I need some guy telling me it. I don't need them to tell me what it's like. I can already see what it's like. So I'm still trying to figure out BB's role in all of this. It makes me miss Ben Urich, but it's fine. What's the elephant in the room? Phil Owens?
I ain't getting canceled.
You're awful.
Not on no March, baby.
I will say the ending of it, and I don't know if we want to talk about the ending was solid.
You just said don't talk about it.
I know. I'm just saying the ending was solid. I liked it. Yes, the Lilo and Stitch trailer came out. I have to show it to my daughter, who will absolutely love it because that is tailor-made for my 9-year-old who's obsessed with Stitch. Has all the bedding and everything, and keep in mind the actual real movie had come out many, many years before she was born. So she loves it, and that movie I will have to go see opening weekend because my kids love Lilo and Stitch.
I will not.
Yeah, he will. He'll come.
I have hashtag. I have not hashtag. Mark myself safe from watching any Disney live action remakes. What was the first one? Lion King, Aladdin?
No, Cinderella. Cinderella would be the first one.
I never seen any one of those.
With the guy from Game of Thrones.
Stark?
Yeah, Rob Stark was in it.
Yeah. And I'm not hating on anybody that does. If you want to go and see it, enjoy it, and go take your kids. But yeah, they're not for me. Like, what's funny is, people giving crap to like the Little Mermaid, or I saw people giving crap to Snow White. And I'm like,
I just know it's not going to do well. I
was like, why do you even care, man? Grown ass man talking about these remakes. Who cares?
Just don't go see them. Like,
Lion King was live action, Bruce. They filmed in the Sahara. No, not the Sahara. What's the desert?
The big round set. The big
it was one big empty desert. And that's where it filmed.
And they put all of the CGI characters. Everyone walked around.
Make a cartoon with CGI. That is the worst. Anyway, the worst was Mulan. You know why, right?
Because they didn't have
Tiger Eyes. They didn't have Mushu in it.
Well, I will say when I saw the Lilo and Stitch trailer in the beginning, I said, "Okay, this just seems like really, really well made CGI cartoon." Like with the aliens and with Stitch, until you see the live act, like the actual humans portraying like Lilo and her sister and everything like that. Before that, I was like, okay, looks like just the cartoon made with really, really good CGI. And again, what's the point? Are you changing the movie at all? Is it just to sell more toys? And isn't it always to sell more toys? But you didn't need that. My kids were going to buy Lilo and Stitch crap anyways. I didn't need a live action. They were just going to buy it.
Here's the thing, like, I don't hate on these things. I think they're wonderful if you enjoy them. And the way that I see remakes is the way that I saw the Magnificent Seven, and that led me to go and watch Seven Samurai. So if like a kid that's watching Lilo and Stitch is like, oh, this is based on a cartoon, and they go and find the original cartoon, or for that same reason, all this anime remake that they're doing right now with Ranma, the exact same story, not adding anything new. I would love for people to watch the new Ranma and be like, oh, this was already an anime and a manga. I want to go and check that out. I don't think it hurt. I don't think it. Okay, for me at least, it doesn't hurt my love of the original. I learned that through Transformers, right? Like Transformers, Michael Bay. I was like, you took my favorite things I love. And threw Shia LaBeouf in there, and holy shit, how did you mess that up? But anyway, it doesn't take away my love of the original Transformers.
No,
I love it, and I think it led, like, my kids don't watch Bayformers. They watch the original Transformers cartoons. So there are kids out there. There are people out there like that. Like I said, I would. What was the Man with No Name? The Fistful of Dollars. If it wasn't for that movie, I would not have watched Yojimbo. And then turn around and watch Magnificent Seven is based on Seven Samurai. And then watch that movie. So, it might actually, dude. We actually talked about that. True Grit. I think both of them are good. The new one with God bless the Jeff Bridges is actually truer to the book than the original one. As I posted before, Lilo and Stitch. What?
Yeah, he just is. But Bruce, I need to know what your prediction is for Snow White. I want to see what you think.
When does Snow White come out?
Soon, March. It comes out this month.
Well, thank God it's till March, and we ain't got to watch that movie to review it.
Yeah, it just comes out March 21st.
Dollars Trilogy is like the only old Western I'm like, oh, dude. I'm sorry. If you like those spaghetti Westerns, go and check out the Magnificent Seven. It's actually really good. Or the Once Upon a Time in the West. Those are solid. Or the Searchers. Searchers is so good. The Perceptor episode is John here watching. I am curious. Okay, so Lilo and Stitch doesn't open up till the summer. I haven't seen a single trailer for
that's not till May. Yeah, Lilo and Stitch opens up May.
Oh yeah, so I haven't seen a single trailer, but Melanie saw one and she was like, I had no idea there were live action people in this movie.
May 23rd is when that one comes out. Yeah, Lilo. Oh, I guess I won't be seeing that opening weekend because I'll be in Boston seeing Fall Out Boy. So never mind. No. So Arjun, I agree. So the positive around How to Train Your Dragon remake pisses me off. It's literally plagiarism and people just don't care. I do care because it does look like everything right there. They did it really, I mean.
Is it plagiarism if they own the rights though?
I guess it's not. Yeah, they're just. I guess not. They own the rights.
It's the same thing that they're doing with Ranma, like I was just talking about.
Yeah, I mean, but it doesn't look
anything.
Like shot for shot, and they even get like Gerard Butler to play the Viking King again, the Viking Chief, just like he did. He voiced the character.
That's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, and that kid looks like the animated version. Yeah, it's not Jay Baruchel's voice, but still, he looks like that kid, like that. Yeah, and then of course it's for the dragons, which is a shame because I love the How to Train Your Dragon series. I cried at the Hidden World.
Is that the third one?
Oh God, yes. When they're flying and they see that song playing in the background, I'm gonna start crying thinking about it. And then they see Toothless and Light Fury. What did you put me on?
To highlight you if you're gonna start crying for my birthday.
I'm not gonna start crying. And then they see the babies and they see their families together. Oh God, it just gets me every time. I'm like, oh, it was a surprise, great little trilogy, and it's sad that they're trying to milk the IP for more by doing a remake.
Mr. Texas said cry.
I can't cry. Command, Mr. Tex. I'm not an actress.
Val Kilmer Tombstone. You know what? I'm gonna say it again. I actually like Wyatt Earp more than Tombstone.
Yeah, it's only because of Kevin Costner.
And what's his name? I mean, okay, Val Kilmer was a better Doc Holliday.
Because it was Val Kilmer.
Dennis Quaid was really good as Doc Holliday, though. I think he looked more the part. But Val Kilmer had the better lines.
Well, I thought Val Kilmer made Tombstone.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do. Bill Paxton was in Tombstone.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah,
was it?
Yeah.
Bill Paxton was in Tombstone.
Don't see me getting him confused with Dennis Quaid.
What?
Like just the appearance, the two actors, like.
Val Kilmer and Dennis Quaid playing the same character?
No, Bill Paxton and Dennis Quaid's faces looking similar to me in my head.
One of them is alive.
Yeah. Oh no, I know. I'm aware.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
God. Like if I think back to older movies from the 90s and I'm like, was that a Bill Paxton or Dennis Quaid? Sometimes, yeah. No, clearly I know Dennis Quaid was
like just Frailty. What was Frailty? Who was that? Bill Paxton or Dennis Quaid?
Oh, that was Bill Paxton because Dennis Quaid was in the movie with the firefighters.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I love that movie. That's a good movie. Yeah.
Again, it's like, is it Dylan McDermott or Dermot Mulroney? I don't know.
Okay, to be fair, that's a hard one though, because I don't know if I can tell the difference. Tombstone was amazing. Like I said, most people probably go with Tombstone. Maybe not Kevin Costner, but Tombstone was amazing.
Kevin Costner.
Frequency. That was look at Phil Owens watching movies from back then.
Phil, I feel like you've seen more movies.
Yeah, I think Phil was going to the movies to go watch Captain Marvel 2, and he ain't letting no one know. One of them was in Young Guns. That's right. Wait, which one? Bill Paxton or Kevin Costner? Which one? Doug?
Bill Paxton, right?
Bill Paxton wasn't in Young Guns.
Nope.
Jack Palance was in Young Guns. Okay, Emilio Estevez, Charlie Sheen gets killed in the first one.
No, he was not. He was in Two Guns.
But that's not the same damn movie.
No.
Hold on. Who else was in the first?
Emilio Estevez.
Lou Diamond Phillips and Ether Sutherland. And McDermott. McDermott was in one of the.
Dylan McDermott.
Yes. That's right. He played the ugly dude.
McDermott something. Yeah, Dylan McDermott.
Honda DeLorean. That's what everyone says. Wyatt Earp. It's good, but it's not Tombstone. Mm-hmm. And another banger Westerns, Ride Lonesome. You know what's a good series was actually Lonesome Dove.
I'm surprised you haven't chosen for one of your weeks a Western film to watch.
Well, I thought this year we'd stick to director, so maybe next week will be Quentin Tarantino. Have you seen all the Quentin Tarantino films? Which ones have you not seen?
I've seen the Kill Bills. So
Yeah, those are good.
Yep.
So my favorite, I think
I've
for
seen Pulp
me, it's
Fiction.
Jackie Brown is my favorite.
I've not seen that.
I've seen
I've
Pulp
seen
Fiction.
Reservoir Dogs. I've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I have seen Inglourious Bastards, Pulp Fiction. I did not actually see Django Unchained.
Oh, you haven't seen Django?
No, I did not. I saw From Dusk Till Dawn.
D'Artagnan, motherfucker! Oh, dude, it's so good. Oh, that one's good too. This is. I'll do my.
I've never seen anything like Death Proof, Planet Terror. That because clearly.
Oh, Death Proof is good. I don't know if it's in my top 3 though.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I've seen the Kill Bills. I've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
We just watched Kill Bill 1 and 2 with my daughters. My daughters actually like Kill Bill 2 more than 1.
I don't think I've seen The Hateful Eight. I remember seeing the.
Oh, you haven't seen The Hateful Eight?
No, I did not.
Too. Ooh, this is hard.
Yes.
So he also did. He wrote.
I haven't seen Reservoir Dogs, which I do want to see. That's.
I don't know if Bruce is in the chat, but what he did was write the script for a movie, and the studios were interested in the script. They took the same script and made 2 movies out of it. One was Natural Born Killers, and the other one was True Romance. Oliver Stone did Natural Born Killers, but it's the same script, and they just made 2 movies out of it. It's solid, man. Like I think I actually like True Romance a little more. True Romance has one of the best, probably my favorite character that what's his name, Gary Oldman played ever. Like that dude is creepy. And Jackie Brown is excellent in 4K. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Ooh, this one's hard.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Ted. I'm sorry. Rodriguez did direct it, but
Tarantino wrote it and produced it, didn't he?
Yes, I think he was I think he actually played a character in it, if I remember correctly, briefly. But yeah.
Oh God, I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, man. It's so good.
I do love it.
Its characters so awesome.
It only because now we have like Mikey Madison as an Oscar winner, like.
Well, I mean, you've got her, you've got the dude that played Elvis, you've got Sydney Sweeney, you've got Marjorie, what's her name? Substance. She was in it.
Oh, Margaret Qualley. Man, he really knew how to pick his actors.
Oh, and Maya Hawke. That was like her big role before.
Margot Robbie was in it. I mean, it's a pretty.
Yeah, but Margot Robbie had already got big because of what's it called? The Wolf on
Wall Street, which she also did with Leo, so I'm not surprised that he.
Pitt's. Oh my God, Pitt's character in Inglourious Bastards or Pitt's character in. Sorry about that. What was it? In Once Upon a Time in Hollywood were both great. Anybody kills anybody goes to jail. It's called manslaughter. You've seen Inglourious Bastards?
Yeah, I have seen Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, that dude is awesome. Or even dirt.
Anything World War II, I'm always.
I speak Italian. Oh, that dude is awesome, man.
Yes, I have seen I, Tonya, Tiger Eyes. That was definitely right up my alley because I was really big into figure skating when I was a young girl. Not that I ever did anything with it. I just liked like Christy Yamaguchi and stuff like that. So I knew the story of Tanya and what's her name, and I could Nancy Kerrigan. So I was very excited to watch that movie.
Who's standing?
Oh my God,
God, hold on a second.
I'm so glad this could come up randomly in our conversations, too. Oh, did you touch her boob or something?
Where else am I supposed to grab it? There's nothing but boobage going on right here, man. I don't want to get canceled.
Be glad it's not Will Ferrell's elf and you just knocked him in the ball.
Yeah, with this little like ding-a-ling right there. Like, yeah, that one was weird. So anyway, it is Bruce, my wonderful, wonderful friend Bruce. Of all the cutouts he could have sent me, Optimus Prime, Christina Hendricks, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Why do you have that? Cold Dog wants to know.
I'm telling you, origin of why. Because there are 2 women actresses that I can't stand. One of them is this woman right here, Melissa McCarthy, and the other one is Octavia Spencer,
who also starred together in one film called The Thunder.
I cannot believe Amanda has not made me watch that stupid ass film.
I don't even want to watch that movie. I've watched it once and it was good enough.
When you close your eyes, you can still see her. Every night, brother. Every night.
Subhuman. I could rewatch Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Like that movie right there. Such a great movie. So many.
I think I like Meaning of Life a little more.
And now that, John Lithgow, I have him now as a permanent meme for every time I need a comment for Omar's comments to me on text. I use the John Lithgow look from the Oscars because I think it's so fitting.
Do you think that he was in Monty Python in Search for the Holy Grail?
Thought he was in the Monty Python. Yes, was he not?
You dumbass millennial.
Who was? Wait.
They're British. He's not even British. How are we on a movie show together?
I'm sorry.
It's another old white guy from another continent that you're thinking about.
John Cleese.
John Cleese. John Lithgow. John Cleese was the guy. That's the game we should play. John Cleese or John Cleese. Third Rock from the Sun. Go, man.
Thank you, Bruce. But Bruce bought it. So thank you, Bruce.
Fish called Wanda. Melissa was Amanda's idea.
I'm so sorry. You just played Churchill. You just played.
You know the shit that I like, and I don't like the shit.
Oh yeah, that's exactly why he was going to buy for you.
Brad Pitt's character in True Romance.
True Romance is another one I've never seen that Omar has always talked about.
Well, it's like Snowball in Clerks. That's just beautiful. He was just a dude that got high. It was just high all the time. That was his character. That was before his breakout roles. Terry Gilliam is American.
Yes. Also someone I always thought was British.
But he wasn't really like a big part of the, when you think of Monty Python, Gilliam's the one guy.
Yeah.
Because he did all like the animation and wrote a
Look, John Lithgow just played Churchill in The Crown. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Nathan Fielder limited series The Proposal would be one of the greatest.
So not Ryan Reynolds, The Proposal. I want to just clarify.
I love The Princess Bride.
Dang, I love that. Another movie that I would not mind.
So what do y'all think we should do? Movies by directors or movies? I mean, we can do fantasy movies. But I always feel like Baron Munchausen never gets voted on.
Yeah, he always
wants to watch that
Baron in there, and he never.
I love Baron Munchausen.
Oh, that was Carol Baskin. Oh my gosh. Oh, Andy, I forgot about Tiger King, but you're
right. Who the hell is Carol Baskin?
Carol Baskin. Hello, all you kittens and cool cats or whatever.
What the hell is that?
From Tiger King.
I didn't watch Tiger King.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. Me and Tommy did when he was stuck with me during quarantine.
Oh, Hackman, dude.
We should. I did mention to Omar that, I know he loves David Lynch. I know David Lynch just passed away. So if we're new directors, it'd be nice to do a week where we did maybe a David Lynch pick and of his favorite David Lynch films. Oh, Arjun, thanks. That's what I was thinking. And then Gene Hackman. Yeah, we could do a Gene Hackman. It's up to you, Omar. It is your
we just watch Transformers the movie.
Let's just watch Transformers 2.
Not this one. Not the new ones. That would be bad. Is that Standy getting a Hendrix wig? Or she's getting a Hendrix face.
I do have a red wig we could put on it if you would like.
That ain't helping. That ain't gonna help.
I do still think maybe westerns at some point.
Dude, Little Bear and Unforgiven. I said Duck, not Duke. Oh God, he's so good in that. That whole movie is amazing.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Westerns definitely is not a forte of mine. It's definitely not.
Neither are old white guys from England. Go on.
They are. It is not themes that I gravitate towards. Even if I did watch. What was that show on HBO that just ended? Westworld.
Lotus.
No, Westworld, which really wasn't Western. Just the first season was.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Oh, dude, I mean, the whole Gene Hackman, though, man, he's made like my dad and I love the Poseidon Adventures. He played the priest in that.
I did see Poseidon Adventure. My mom loved Poseidon Adventure.
The original one, the one from '72, not the remake.
No, not the remake. My mom, we watched the original.
That's a good one, dude. And his character's so badass. French Connection. He was so awesome in French Connection. What's the one from the 70s? These are all from the 70s. Conversation. He's so good in that. Superman. Hoosiers. You watch Hoosiers, right?
No, I have not seen
the classic
Hoosiers.
80s movie.
Football game, right?
Oh, you haven't? Oh, he's so good in that. And Unforgiven. What's
or am I
that?
thinking of Replacements? Is it football too? Is Hoosiers football? Or
You're
is
very,
that
you're very close. It is a sports ball. It is a sports ball, but not.
oh,
not
the
football.
basketball?
Yeah, The Quick and the Dead. You haven't seen that one either. Yeah,
No,
those are
I
some
said
of my favorites. Those are some of my favorite Hackman movies. You said that. Why are you yelling at me, Arjun?
I've seen
Quick
Gene
and the Dead.
Hackman in a lot of things, but just not those
Royal
old.
Tenenbaums is what you saw, man.
No, the Replacements. No, also Royal Tenenbaums, but he was in the Replacements. Yes, thank you, Subhuman. That was my favorite Gene Hackman film. I love that film. He's a good coach. He played a good coach.
Why is Arjun yelling at me? Best Gene Hackman movie is The Conversation. That's the one from 1974. Bat 21. Then we get some Danny Glover too.
Oh yeah, also Enemy of the State with Will Smith. He was also in that movie.
Boy, that's a shitty movie.
Whatever. It was 2000. It was 1998, and it was a very like Will Smith is high off of his Men in Black success. Come on now.
Okay.
What's
Poker
someone
Face
that tell
season
me Men in
2 is
Black came
coming out
out
May 8th, according to James Abel. Breaking news.
Oh, you really like Poker Face.
I like the first one. Have you guys watched Atlanta? Is that the one with
Oh, with Childish Gambino.
Yeah. I thought I almost said Kid Capri. That I'm old. I'm sorry.
I've watched the first 2 seasons. Yeah.
That's a peak TV. Remember Wild Wild West?
Oh, we do.
Yeah, that was bad.
We do. Oh, that's what
Nana really likes it. Like she
Will
still
Smith
sings to that Cisco's and Will Smith.
I want to pick Hitch, Wild Wild West.
Oh God. Hackman is really great in everything he does, though. I mean,
no, he was. Yeah, I mean,
he's
like
the saving grace for some movies. May 8th. That's my birthday.
Happy birthday, Phil Owens.
No, May 8th. Why are you saying happy birthday? That we're not there yet, Amanda.
Oh, well, happy early birthday. That's also the birthday of a friend of mine from high school, Ashley Wells. I don't know.
Ashley, if you're watching right now, don't forget to smash that damn like button, okay? Only the first 2. Why'd you stop? Yeah, why'd you stop, Amanda?
Stop with what?
I don't know. He said only the first 2.
First 2 what?
I don't know.
Oh, Seasons of Atlanta? I don't know. Probably because availability at the time. And then I just kind of forgot.
Yours or
both, and availability like when it was coming out on streaming, and because it was like originally, was it a Hulu series or originally FX and they put it on Hulu? One or the other, I can't remember, but I think it was a combination of both things, and I just kind of forgot about it. I didn't get back into it though. But has anyone been watching Abbott Elementary? Because that is fantastic. No? Okay. Just me. Sure. It's a great sitcom. Definitely deserves more awards than it's getting. But when you put the bear in that category, it kind of ruins it for everyone.
I read The Dark Knight is coming back to IMAX. What did I see is coming? Oh, Princess Mononoke is coming out to IMAX.
Nice.
Does anyone still pay for cable?
No.
Mississippi Burning was his best. I don't know about his best, but that was the one with Defoe, right? It's a good one. I've been watching The Shield. Shield's great. Which one has Charlie Day? Abbott Elementary in one episode.
Only one episode.
Night Moves, 1975, one of the great revisionary detective noirs with one of his best performances, should also not be forgotten. Abbott Elementary, the book episode was good.
I feel like, yeah, that was one of the more recent episodes.
Omar, if Suki's behind you, where's Lori?
Okay, so
this is not Suki. This is
yes, it is. Her name was Suki in Gilmore Girls. That's really where Melissa McCarthy got her. Like,
why do you know about this?
Because I've watched all of Gilmore Girls.
I thought he meant Suki Stackhouse, which would have been nice.
No, that is a much different looking Suki. But she owned the restaurant that they would, or the diner or whatever that they would frequent in Gilmore Girls.
Deadwood is like the Sopranos and Western have to be very modern. Yeah, it is hard, especially with cocksucker. Dude, I love Deadwood. It's a shame it got canceled, but we did finally get that movie. We finally got that movie. Almost done with Game of Thrones. Then I'm going to Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is excellent, dude. Hope you're well, Richard. Why was I thinking Jersey Shores? Was Suki? You're thinking of Suki.
Oh, you mean Snooki.
Snooki, that was her name. Snooki, whatever.
Snooki. They call themselves meatballs. She would be.
The guy from Everybody Hates Chris, who is now a man.
Oh, yes. He's so good in. I love him as Gregory in Abbott Elementary. He's so good.
Yes, Anna Paquin. Yes.
Paquin.
Rogue. At least Amanda understood the reference.
You're welcome, Subhuman.
Oh,
I may confuse my old white men.
and her Latinos. And her black guys. Pretty much anybody that's not a white woman. She may confuse. Don't forget about Suki from Too Fast.
I did, actually.
I done did.
I did forget about Suki. Too Fast, Too Furious.
Is Too Fast and Furious with Tyree?
Yes, Tyrese Gibson.
Swear Luis Guzman versus George Lopez in a nude oil wrestling contest. What do you want to see, James? Does Amanda not know the difference of? Yes, that's what I'm getting at. George Lopez is in
True. I'd be able to pick a Fallout Boy out of the crowd like that.
I don't know if she could. If they were
sure
with a bunch
of
other emo dude. What if they were with like Elon Musk and like,
you know how many times I kept running into Andy, the drummer, during When We Were Young, and I'm like, what are you just doing in the VIP section, hanging out? And why is Patrick Stuff not with you? But he's with his wife.
That's what you asked him instead of
no, but I wanted to be like, why are you hanging around here? No one else is. And no one bothered him.
Thank you, Jaggernaut. Thank you.
No, it was like when I saw Patrick Stump coming out of security, and I was like, that is definitely Patrick Stump. I'm going to go say hi to you right now and shake your hand.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. And I had no voice. I was that
was when you didn't take a picture.
Yes, when I brought to take a picture. And I was
been
at their show before.
I don't ever see you do this, but you know what that's called?
Stalking.
Living in the moment.
That was me living in the moment.
I don't see you do that a lot. Most of the time, you're taking pictures, you're taking video footage for TikTok and Instagram. But that moment,
I was trying to be
living in the moment.
Really trying to get to his gate. It just
also called stalking. Also stalking.
Also stalking.
Yes. She prefers super fan.
Superfan's a good. Yeah, I like that too. Yes,
I cannot call him Chris in Abbott.
Aw.
I'm pretty sure Amanda's picture is on a list of women.
There are way more women. There's a woman who's seen them more than 100 times in concert. They had to face her once.
You and Mara's mom, they're like, I can't tell the difference between her and Mara's mom. Like, what is this? I hope Amanda knows the difference between Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco.
Oh, I do.
She doesn't.
Yeah, Fall Out Boy songs are better.
She don't know. If you need this TV show, recommend Mindhunters. Too bad it didn't freaking.
Yeah, I know. I wish it would have finished though.
I'm a Gen Xer, man, which is why.
That's the shame about Mindhunter. I love Jonathan Groff, and I got to see him the first time I ever.
Is that Olaf?
Christoph.
He was in Frozen? What?
Yeah, he played Christoph. He played the love interest for Anna. And so I saw Jonathan Groff. He played the lead, and it was off Broadway at the time, Spring Awakening. And my friends and I took the Chinatown bus from Philly to New York, waited in line to get student tickets, which is standing room only at the theater, to go watch this musical that changed my entire life. I was like obsessed with it, and it had Jonathan Groff and Lea Michele before Glee. And so to see him like in Mindhunters and all that stuff was just amazing. And he was so good in Mindhunters, and it was such a good show. I don't know why they canceled it.
Yeah, it sucks.
Like, it was a really good show, and a lot of people wanted to set a third season. I don't understand why we didn't get more of it. There's still a lot of serial killers they could have talked about. I don't know what happened. So, but we got a lot of docuseries about serial killers, so there's that.
Those are easier and cheaper to make.
Sure are.
I mean, look at the way they made Unsolved Mysteries. It's like we don't even need to pay a host.
No, they don't. Well, they don't even need to deal with these docuseries, right? I mean, literally just pulling footage from everything else and putting it together in a narrative that they need.
I also love the Greg Capullo cover. That's the one I chose. My video comes out on my birthday on Friday. That and Berserk 42, which Melanie and I reviewed. Come out on my birthday. Why are people talking about Elon? Elon's got to be more than the Nosferatu. Oh, because I'm Elon Musk jumping and Fall Out Boy. Yeah. I wonder why Leonard Nimoy's musical career wasn't bigger. His album. I've heard that too. There was a guy that used to watch my show named Leonard Nimoy's Music, something like that. Really nice guy. He used to come on my Saturday stream, like be in the chat. I haven't seen him in a few years. I don't hope he's okay and still listening to learn Leonard Nimoy's music. He was a big epic guy. Saw the recent DC Omni announcements from Dom. So, God damn it, if I hear that. I'm gonna text that kid. He was like, "Oh man, I can't make that thumbnail because I'm busy with school." Then I know those announcements leaked when I talked to him, and now so you got time to make a video, but not time to make thumbnails for what I pay you to do. Okay, I see how it is. I can't wait for the new Berserk to come out. It's different. Those Web of Spider-Man Omni covers look sick. Yes. The direct market covers are out of print already. There's a lot of stock of the standard edition cover, though. Mindhunter did not have enough viewers watching. Bad ratings, basically. See, why weren't people watching?
Because then when you hear people, like it seems like everyone was watching it. Like it doesn't make sense. Make it make sense, Netflix.
They get Dom on the show right now to y'all want to
text him and be like, we need answers from you, Dom.
Amanda has heard me yelling. It ain't funny. Poor Dom.
I know. At me. It's not fun.
No, don't do that. I did not yell at you. I was yelling with you. You were yelling back at me, okay?
The mutual yelling.
And we weren't listening to what we were both saying to each other. I didn't get any message about making a thumbnail. I answer my messages. Ooh. And James, are you trying to take Dom's job?
Oh, James will make us a thumbnail. James,
he's one up. I'm gonna get on Dom.
Trial run. Make us one.
I'm gonna tell Dom about this. You're doing a coup. You're doing a coup. It's what it's called. I don't know if it's a good time to ask, but do you think they will wrap up Berserk or continue? They said like 10 years. Oh, I mean, we know how the story is going to end, right? Like Maury knows how the story is going to end because they were best friends and he would share the excitement of Guts. And so we will see. I think it will. I don't know if it'll take 10 years. I think it's going to go faster. Just looking at 42, I was like, holy crap. We're back on the boat. I didn't even realize it. James does all the thumbnails for Jess and Riley. You do Riley's thumbnails?
Oh.
We're done, James. We're done.
Dang.
No paycheck for Dom this week.
Harsh days. Next, Maginox. Speaking of serial killer TV shows, haven't caught up with it yet, but FY Errol Morris has a new Netflix miniseries on Charles Manson. Yes, I have started watching that, actually, because Charles Manson is an interesting figure. I know we've made a lot of spin-off and like
an interesting figure is not the way I would describe that psychopath, but go on.
He's a psychopath. Well, I mean, like clearly it's
you think he's a baddie? You think he was a baddie?
No, but clearly the idea of these cult leaders who are able to manipulate people.
Okay, I wouldn't use the word interesting. Clip that, James. I'm going to use that.
We just have
shit against her later.
As a society, like I find it fascinating the psychology behind how people like Charles Manson or like these NXIVM cults, things like that, can take a hold of our minds. I find the psychology behind it. That's true though. And get people to do things that maybe they wouldn't normally do. I find that fascinating. And so that's why I think that society does too, because that's why you see characters that are Charles Manson-like being portrayed in like Bad Times at El Royale. The character that Chris Hemsworth plays is a Charles Manson-like character. Like you see those different types of things.
I think it takes. I mean, it certainly takes charisma and a little bit of that psychopath, this psychopathic brain to get people to do things like brand themselves with your markings on their body. Yeah, like Charles Manson. Oh wait.
I thought you were going to say something else. First of all,
yeah, it's like a cult.
Not the brand.
It's a little like a cult. Just saying.
It is not a cult. They don't ask me to do it.
How many of you chicks would kill for Patrick Stump? Like if he's like, my ex is giving me problems, ladies.
I would never do that.
If she were to disappear, you get a gold star in the FOB chart. the little whiteboard we have.
I will say the one documentary that I will not
I
watch.
really don't understand white women. I love the way you said that, by the way.
Maybe we're just trying to figure out how to get away with it.
Oh, Amanda's is about 2 degrees away from Allison Mack's cult.
No, it's not the same thing. No, that
either
cult
she's going to be
wild.
Allison Mack in that cult, or her friend Mara's mom is going to be.
Someone looks like her, and I can't.
Already.
So
you drop everything in your life to go see them. She's like, what kids? Fallout Boy's coming. I ain't got kids. Not that weekend.
They just get to spend time with their grandparents.
I love you. Law and Order, Bones, Criminal Minds, My Favorite Murder, so many documentaries.
Yeah, I don't like any of that stuff.
No, Tina does. So she's one of those white girls that likes murder too.
Now, I will say the only ones I cannot watch. So I tried watching the John Benet Ramsey, and I turned it off after about 5 minutes. I can't watch anything. Like, they started showing images of her body, and I was like, I can't. Now I need to go hug my child, my 3-year-old, right? I was like, I need to go hug my 3-year-old and my 9-year-old.
Yeah.
That is, to me, I can't take that. Like, I mean, it's not like I'm saying, I'm okay with like seeing the dead bodies of like other people, but it's just something about.
I think there's nothing abnormal about that, Amanda. Like a lot of people.
Yeah, same reason why I don't watch the Handmaid's Tale, because it hits too close to home, and the idea of someone taking my child away to give to someone else, and then making me a breeder is like no.
Are you opening up a bag of?
They're here and I was hungry. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, you're in the middle of a sentence, and I'm like, is she opening up a bag of chips? I'm pretty sure Dutch becomes a serial killer. Dutch. Who's Dutch? Dutch.
Is that in like Cold Case or something?
DC's death. I can't watch the ones about cats, right?
I can watch that one.
Like, there are people that can't stomach kids or animals being hurt because I think it's because they're so helpless, right? They can't defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not fondling Melissa just in case she comes to life. I didn't want her to be like, you threw me on the ground. And I'm like, I don't need that in my life. Sorry about that. Apologizing to this woman for.
Are you going to put her away? Because you don't want to walk down there in the middle of the night or something.
Oh, that would freak me out.
And then just the eyes of Melissa McCarthy.
Of all people, Melissa McCarthy in my house, like sitting down at my desk. Daredevil Born Again is getting unnecessary hate for some, but all I know is that I enjoy it. I haven't seen the hate. What, like, people are just silly, man. People just love to find things not to like about.
I mean, so far the comments.
Oh, the detective in Shield. That's who it is.
Oh, okay.
Shield. Thank you. I forget. I haven't seen the Shield in over a decade, man. Yeah, I know Doug. Like Doug's a big he has a big heart for animals. Can't watch animal or children.
No, I get it. Yeah,
there are people that can't read that stuff. So that's why I know there are people that make fun of me. They're like, "Who cares, man? It's fiction. It's a drawing." But there are, I have viewers that can't stomach animals or kids being hurt, and there's a lot of brutality in comic books that even in comics that you weren't even aware of, like that kind of surprise you. And I know, I'm of the generation like everybody else that life doesn't come with trigger warnings. I understand, but just trying to be respectful for the people that can't stomach those things. Yeah, that's the one. I know it's amazing, but I can't.
Yeah,
put the cats
I agree with you. That's awful.
I'm surprised the Nightfall Omni Volume 3 is getting reprinted. Damn it, Dom! I'm gonna kill Dom. I'm gonna kill him. Amazing Spider-Man Master of 25s in this omnibus format. Thank you. You're welcome.
Is someone messaging Dom being like, Omar's over here? Like,
Omar is going to cancel you. Be careful about leaving Melissa with your omnis. If an omni or two are missing, there's only one suspect. Where's she gonna put him? She ain't got room.
Clearly, it's gonna be Elf. I mean, if anyone.
That's why that thing is hidden. Omar, did you watch 0 Day on Netflix? You was looking forward to. Oh, I forgot about that.
I keep needing to like open it up and watch it with Robert De Niro, right? But I have not.
Yeah, De Niro. I'm excited, dude. To this day, I won't forgive Disney for Fox and the Hound. That is the one movie that my brother will not watch with me. Because my brother doesn't like crying at movies. He doesn't. But that song at the goddamn end, he was like, I can't be around anybody.
Time, that's the one I don't. like rewatch
I'm
it.
the generation that grew up on cartel videos. My next video is how I murdered Dom and got away.
Him and O.J. Simpson. If I had murdered him, this is how I would have done it.
What a dumb ass book. What God bless. Exactly. It's just people that are complaining that Daredevil isn't in the suit enough. He wasn't in the suit in season 3, like at all.
Like at all. Like that's I thought the whole idea behind Born Again. Like I think like isn't like we're gonna get to the point where he's Dom's a suit. Like we have to get him motivated to get back in the suit. We're getting there. Trust me, we're getting there. It's gonna happen.
Omar, when is your first look video for the Fatal Attractions? Friday, my birthday. I can't watch the Never Ending Story because of that one scene. Artax has a good ending though. Dom is almost Dom is good. He just anyway. Fox and the Hound is my top Disney movie. You know, Tim Burton actually had art in there, and that's when he decided he could not draw little funny animals. He wanted to do something else weird. Just get my wife to make fun of him like she did with me when I was crying at when Marnie was there. Aww. Yeah, Heather's mean. He wasn't in the suit in Born Again, the comic. For half of it, he was. And I think that's what people are like, why is it in the suit? I'm not getting a crowbars. If Dom is Jason Todd, who was Omar's Dick Grayson? Who's got the nicest butt? I better say my wife. My wife, but she's still around. All dogs go to heaven. That's a sad story with the little actress that played in that in Ducky in Land Before Time. Daredevil Bored Again, as far as I'm concerned, couldn't make it through. Phil.
Dang, Phil. Speaking
Phil.
of
Phil.
I like you don't watch anything anymore, Phil. I'm confused.
Phil's lying. He stood in line
to watch everything.
Captain Marvel. Those epic announcements tomorrow. Yeah, 12:30. Hopefully I'll have the list of reprints too. That's what they're working on. I was just talking to Curtis about that. I told him I would ask as first thing in the morning. Who is Tim Drake then? I don't have a Tim Drake yet. Maybe my daughter. Right. This is why I rarely watch anything. What's the last thing you enjoyed, Phil, that you watched?
Yeah, I am curious.
Jess ain't got a good butt. Don't take that out of context. God bless. It's the last thing I need. Taylor James is my oracle. I called him that long before he was making thumbnails for other people.
But he is our oracle. 100%.
Taylor is like one of them dudes that's in the Batman Incorporated. Fingers crossed for a reprint of Daredevil by Charles Soule.
He was at that premiere.
Omnipro's voicemail with Omar commenting on, please don't do that. Cassandra Cain, that's my favorite Batgirl. Tina's my Cassandra Cain. She's good people.
There you go.
Who's Tim Drake? The best Robin ever. You damn Skippy. Phil Owens will watch and enjoy the tomorrow Marvel Epic. And okay, that's true. I want to know what the last movie Phil Owens was that he enjoyed, and then we can end it for the night.
Wait on you, Phil.
We're just waiting on you, Phil. So is Amanda Lady Shiva?
No.
Amanda, do they have a Typhoid Mary? I'm playing. Amanda's good people. She's my ride or die. She's my out. No, she ain't Alfred. She ain't fucking getting me no damn glass of water.
You're right. I sure as hell.
Like I ask Amanda for a favor. It's like, anyway. Real quick. They reported the first 4 episodes of Born Again did not have him in the suit, so I wonder how much they reshot. Which is probably why we got that bad CGI in the first episode.
That makes sense, yeah.
Although I did like the fight between him and Bullseye in the first episode.
There we go.
Thank you, Bruce, for the super chat. The last one I enjoyed was Late Night with the... Oh, you like that one, huh?
Okay, there we go.
Amanda is your Batwoman. Yeah, one of them. All right, Amanda. Thank you for watching Clerks, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Go and talk about those DC Omnis.
Yeah, go do that, guys. And we'll be back next week with whatever Omar decides to do, whether or not it be a Western or David Lynch or Quentin Tarantino or anything anyone has mentioned in the chat. So Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like.
Favorite Melissa McCarthy movie.
You don't even like them. I like more.
That like button. Nobody likes her. All right. Go ahead.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Remember to follow us on all of our social media channels at nearmintcon. Remember to check us out on Spreadshop for some great Near Mint Edition merchandise. And also check us out on Patreon for $1 a month or more. You can support us here and what we do and get some really cool perks along the way. And last but not least, it's classy and cool. It must be Near Mint. Good journey till all are one. And if you feel it, chase it.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Hey, Blastic Sadie think is Firestar too.
Oh, yay. More superheroes.
That's where she's moving.
Yeah, get it, Amanda. Did you end the stream?
Oh, I thought you were ending the stream. Ah, damn.